Now, it may come as a surprise to you, but George Raft started out his career as a dancer. In the early 30s, Raft hadn't yet cemented that image of a screen tough guy, so when Paramount was looking for a dancer to star in Bolero, Raft was the obvious choice. Because it involved so many dance steps and styles, it's a role only a talented dancer would be able to handle. Now, Roy Prince was the choreographer. He was the man credited with bringing the rumba to the United States, and he and Raft collaborated on something they called the Raft Tarot. Despite the fact that Leroy Prince called Raft one of the screen's greatest dancers, both he and his dancing partner, Carol Lombard, used doubles, Alex Fisher and Ruth Harrison, for a few of the more strenuous movements. Now, third billing in Bolero went to a lady who was a famous dancer, but not in the Ginger Rogers or Sid Charisse tradition. She was Sally Rand, a starlet of the late 20s, who, despite being a baby star, never broke out of bit parts. However, after the 1933 World's Fair, everyone in America knew her name. If you'd never heard of her, you just ask anybody over 60. They all remember Sally Rand. She captured the public's attention with her performance of a fan dance, in which she artfully moved two huge feathers to cover the appropriate parts of her body while tantalizing the audience with glimpses of her naked limbs. Pretty racy stuff, but back in 1933. Question is, can a New Jersey coal miner find happiness as a dancer in the Big Apple? Let's find out as we watch George Raft in Bolero.
Do sit down, please.
Thanks. Just for a minute.
How's Ron?
Not so good. He came out of the war in pretty bad shape.
I know. I read about it.
Yeah, we had a little mix-up tonight, and that won't do him any good. His partner showed up drunk, passed out cold.
No. What are you going to do?
Well, he insists on dancing alone. That'll just about kill him.
Is he that bad?
Yeah, but he don't know it.
But I suppose she'll be all right tomorrow, won't she?
Tomorrow? It doesn't matter much about tomorrow. It's tonight I'm worried about. Somehow I'd hoped the opening would go well anyhow. For 5 long years, all through the war, he's counted on it. If he could just have had tonight. Helen, I don't suppose you could, well, you know, sort of pinch hit for him tonight.
Me? Why, I couldn't do that.
No, I didn't suppose you could. I shouldn't have asked you. But thanks anyhow. I'll be seeing you.
Bye, Mike.
Bye.
Goodbye. That's too bad, isn't it? You know, I simply can't imagine anyone thinking of a dance opening for 5 years.
No.
I can't imagine anyone thinking of anything for 5 years. It's enormous.
You don't know, Raoul. I think I understand what it means to me. Bob, would you mind very much if I danced with him tonight? Raoul? 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 Raoul?
Wow, come on, will you? What's the matter with...
Mike, quick.
I knew it couldn't last. I think he knew it, too. They're still applauding him. No, he'd like that. He was too good for this joint.
Well, for those of you who thought the song Bolero was written for Bo Derek and Ken, now you know it's not. It's a lot older than she is. This was the fourth screen appearance for William Frawley, who began his career in serious parts before moving into the kind of comedy roles that he became so famous for. You may have noticed that he was billed above Ray Milland. Now, while Milland began his career in British films, that was 5 years earlier, he spent several years bouncing between Hollywood and London. He was always looking for better parts than the second leads that he was usually assigned. It wouldn't be until he starred in The Lost Weekend in the mid-40s that he would finally be recognized as the great talent that he was. Now, he wasn't the only performer in Bolero who was destined for stardom. Anne Sheridan had a bit part, but she was so hidden in the crowd that it was really hard to pick her out. You'll have to see the film again. Finally, the man playing the orchestra leader was a Russian named Gregory Globus, with typecasting because he was a former conductor for the Metropolitan Opera in New York.
Next on AMC, AMC's Bob Dorain travels to Michigan for a look at the Wolverine State's contributions to the American film industry in AMC Salutes Michigan. Next on AMC.
Coming December 1st, round-the-clock classics, 24 hours a day. AMC's the place to turn for all your favorite movie classics. The movies America loves best in